My name is Mary McLaughlin. I'm the Regional Senior Vice President for Comcast here in Western New England. And in behalf of myself and all of our employees who are here today and the 2,000 employees we have across the region, I want to welcome you to the Hartford launch of Internet Essentials. So welcome and thank you for joining us here today. Before we move on to the program, I would like to recognize some of the elected officials and dignitaries who are here with us today. First and foremost, our Hartford Mayor Pedro Segura. U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal. Welcome, Senator. State Senator John Fonfara. Welcome, Senator. And State Representative Marie Lopez Kirkley Bay. Thank you for coming, Representative. I also want to recognize a few other state officials as well as some community activists. So William Valley, Bill, Office of Consumer Counsel, and Mr. David McDonald, the chairman of the Hartford Board of Education. I saw you earlier. And then we also have Sam Gray, who's the president and CEO of the Boys Club of Hartford. Yanel Terran, I think I saw you come in, Yanel. Hey, welcome. Who's the executive director of the Connecticut Puerto Rican Forum. Jim Starr from Achieve Hartford. And Curtis Hill from the Concepts for Adaptive Learning. Where are you, Curtis? Excellent. And I don't think I missed anybody, but welcome and thank you all for joining us here today. Really appreciate it. So I also want to thank the folks from the YMCA. Thank you for hosting us today. Just terrific to be here. Over the years, we've forged a strong relationship with the Hartford community, and the launch of Internet Essentials is just one additional step to forging that relationship with the community of Hartford and the people that live in it, and really helping to deploy broadband and internet to that community. We appreciate the partnership of the YMCA of Greater Hartford, and we're proud to be longtime supporters of the YMCA.
Try not to break.
That's okay. Including sponsoring the Minority Achievement Program and the annual Strong Kids of campaign. And we're honored to have joined the YMCA about 2 years ago when they honored this facility, and we announced our grant for the computer lab across the hall. So it's great being part of the community with the YMCA and supporting the learning and development of the students who work at the YMCA each and every day. Our efforts to increase digital literacy don't stop with the YMCA. Recently, we partnered with both the Hartford Boys and Girls Club and the Connecticut Puerto Rican Forum for a Comcast Digital Connectors program. Over the past year, the Comcast Digital Connectors program provided 40 middle school, high school, and college-age students with access to the internet, access to digital literacy training, and access to laptops and iPads and that sort of thing. And with the digital literacy training that they took 40 hours of, they actually paid that forward by training other folks in their community, so whether it be at senior centers or at churches or even in their own homes. And so we're proud to be sponsors of the Digital Connectors program as well. In June, we partnered with the Connecticut Puerto Rican Forum and Mayor Segura to honor some of those students at their graduation. So we realize that access to the internet is important for students and for individuals of all ages. It offers opportunities and education, but we also recognize that there's a digital divide to those who have access to the internet. So the Internet Essentials program really helps to collapse that digital divide. At this time, I want to introduce Brett Perkins, who's Comcast's Vice President of External and Regulatory Affairs. He's with our corporate office in Philadelphia, and he's a native of Connecticut, having grown up in North Haven. So welcome back, Brett, and happy to have you here today.
Well, thank you, Mary. It is great, having spent the last several weeks traveling around the country talking about this, to actually come home and be around friends and family and native soil. And I want to personally thank you for the commitment that you've made to making this a success. I think when you look at Mary, you get a sense of what leadership is about for Comcast. We're a local business. has. The reason why it works because we have leaders who tie what we do as a business back into the community. So thank you for everything that you and your team are doing. I have had the great fortune to travel and talk about Internet Essentials and spent the last year talking about the digital divide. And we know from the research that the digital divide disproportionately impacts low-income households. And unfortunately, the technology that should be the great equalizer so often now becomes something that increases the divide for families that don't have access to this technology. And it matters in really important ways, large and small. It matters in terms of access to health care, in terms of educational opportunity, in terms of job opportunity. And so I am really pleased to be with you here today with my colleagues to introduce Internet Essentials. This is the largest experiment to get more children and families online, and by doing so, to close the digital divide and to increase opportunities for families. And so this is a simple but ambitious program, and so I'll explain it really simply. For families who live in the Comcast service area and here in Connecticut, but also around the country in the 39 states and District of Columbia, if you have a child, at least one child, receiving a free school lunch in the household, you will be eligible to receive our economy tier broadband service product for $9.95 a month. No additional fees. No installation charges, $9.95 a month. The second thing is you'll be eligible to purchase, if you so choose, a computer for $149.99. Obviously, that's not something you can get on the market, so this is a really good deal for those families who need a computer in the household. And the third thing that we are offering with this program is access to a suite of digital literacy products, so in print, online, and in person. And the idea behind this program is to attack all of the barriers to broadband adoption that create the digital divide. There's one really big grandfather clause here that is important. At the end of 3 years, this program will run for 3 years. At the end of 3 years, when we stop enrolling families, if a family is eligible, meaning they still have a child in the household receiving free school lunch, they will maintain eligibility to receive this $9.95 price. And the idea for this is we want people to get online. We want them to stay online. And this is one way to ensure that these families will do that and that future generations of kids who use this facility here today will have all the opportunities that my kids do or kids that are halfway around the globe. We obviously, at this point, as you can tell by what Mary said and what you see around you, we're pulling out all the stops. And we're incredibly fortunate to be joined by great friends of ours who are our community-based partners, churches, elected officials. My basic point is anyone who can know about this should know about it, and anyone who knows about it should have one thing that they can do to help close the digital divide. And we're hopeful that in raising awareness, programs like this will get families online, but it will also raise awareness about other programs that are happening today that are looking to do the exact same thing. So I hope that from this we will be able to go out and bring people to Internet Essentials and get them enrolled and get them onto the Internet. It's my pleasure also to show you a video. The team here has been absolutely amazing, and they took the step of working with our partners to create a video to tell you a little bit about the program, but also to give you a sense of the type of impact that we'll have. So if we can, we'll roll the tape.
Now, which one I should do, easy, normal, or this one?
All students should have the opportunity to learn and develop in school and at home. Hi, I'm Eric Clemens, host of Comcast Newsmakers. Comcast recognizes the importance of digital literacy in the lives of children in an increasingly connected world. Educational and career success depends on digital knowledge and skill. So we're pleased to introduce Comcast Internet Essentials, a new program designed to expand digital literacy and broadband adoption. The program was created to provide students and their families with access to fast internet service in their homes at a reduced price. Here's how it works. For those who are eligible for the program, Comcast will offer fast internet service at the family's home for $9.95 a month. This low price never increases for customers in the program. The family will have the option to purchase a computer for under $150 when they enroll. And the family will enjoy the benefits of free internet training online, in print, and in the classroom. To be eligible, a household needs to be located in an area Comcast offers internet service, have at least one child receiving free lunches through the National School Lunch Program, and meet certain other eligibility requirements. Internet Essentials is designed to help students connect to the internet at home so they can access online educational resources and other important websites. In addition, Comcast Internet Essentials will support the efforts of teachers, enabling them to use online resources to expand the flow of information and learning for each student and their families. Comcast needs your help to build awareness about Internet Essentials
and help kids like me succeed.
To learn more and access tools and resources to help spread the word, register with our online partner portal at internetessentials.com/partner.
Thank you!
So I think you get a good sense of the program and the opportunity. The last thing that was mentioned there is our Internet Essentials Partner Portal. I'll give you one statistic to give you a sense of how this has caught on with folks. As of Friday, we had 4.5 million pieces that were ordered. So if you're a school district, if you're a community-based organization and you want to help out, all you need to do is go to that portal and order, and we'll ship to you materials to help you get out the word. We have an opportunity here to have what we call a generational impact. By getting more kids and families online, we can change the course of their lives. So I want to thank everybody for the opportunity to be here. And Mary.
Thanks. So before I introduce our next speaker, I want to reinforce two things that Brett said. One, part of Internet Essentials is a low-cost computer or netbook for customers, so under $150. So here's an example of that. And then secondly, part of this event today, what we really want to do is to get the message out. Nothing could be more important than to get the message out at this point. So our local government relations and PR teams have been working hard with school districts, superintendents groups, and localities to really get the message out. So I want to reinforce that. And I also want to introduce a very good partner of ours, Adrian Cochran, who's the CEO of the Urban League of Hartford. And thanks for coming today, Adrian. It's always nice to see you. So next I want to introduce the mayor, Pedro Segura, and other than being a terrific guy, and you are, so thank you, you've been really tirelessly providing leadership in the capital city, really tackling some of the most key issues that the city faces, so whether it be excellence in education for our kids, economic investment, really bringing the city back. You're just doing a terrific job, and we want to thank you for your leadership. You're also a great example for Hartford's youth about the importance of education and what education can do in a person's life. When you look at your path of UConn and University of Hartford Law School, being not only a lawyer but the mayor of the Hartford, it's huge. It's a great example to the kids. So without further ado, I want to introduce Mayor Segura.
Thank you so much, Senator, State Representative, all of you folks from Comcast who are out in full force, school board president. This is really exciting. I think that if we want to create a much better city for our residents, it requires, given today's fiscal challenges at all levels, to move into a new, intense period of collaboration. And this definitely, this opportunity definitely offers us with an opportunity to be able to create those opportunities for our children, for our families. At the city level, I can tell you at least a half dozen ways that this is going to be really important. We have started, as a result of this year's budget, to implement our Office of Communications and New Media. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to leverage use of data, use of the internet, in order not only to access or make our services more accessible to our residents, but also trying to partner up again with our Board of Education, looking at information as a shared service. So we're currently have a task force where we're trying to collaborate. And this is an extension, I think. It could be a very useful extension because now we can continue building that infrastructure, that communications network with our Board of Education, work with the students that do qualify for this type of service to be able to get them more connected at home. We also have a city that is a heavily migrant and immigrant city, and I can't even begin to tell you what importance this means, how important this is to making those families stay connected with relatives outside the city, outside the state, and outside our national borders. So it's a very important ability and a very important tool for our families to stay connected. I can tell you that we have a city with a very low per capita income, and what we're trying to do is move our communities up to a higher level of prosperity. And we know that having computer skills in the home, accessible to the children, to the parents, will open up a whole window of opportunities to them. So again, thank you Comcast, thank you to those in the legislative end who have made these programs also possible. And every time I see this little flag thing here, it means that I then have to, for at least 2 minutes, it's my commitment with the station to switch to Spanish to make sure that our Latino families who are monolingual get the message. Para mí hoy día es un gran placer darle las gracias a Comcast por este nuevo programa que por $9.95 al mes le ofrece servicio de internet, especialmente a aquellas familias que tengan recursos bajos, en cual un niño dentro de la familia cualifique para los almuerzos gratuitos, puede tener servicio de internet y también la oportunidad de comprar una computadora por $149. Esta es una oferta por 3 años y le va a ofrecer muchas oportunidades a nuestra comunidad de no solamente tener acceso a internet, sino poder accesar información sobre los programas en la ciudad, mantenerse en comunicación con sus familiares, ya vivan fuera del estado o en otro país. Así que es una buena oportunidad para nuestros niños y nuestra familia, y quiero darle las gracias a Comcast, a nuestro senador, nuestros representantes y las personas de la Junta de Educación y todos los que están aquí, porque este es un buen servicio que le va a ofrecer mejores oportunidades a nuestra comunidad. Así que gracias. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Next, I'd like to introduce Senator Blumenthal. Senator Blumenthal is serving his first term in the United States Senate after an unprecedented 5 terms as the Connecticut Attorney General. So welcome, Senator Blumenthal.
I am really honored and excited to be here today. I'm very excited to be out of Washington, but especially to be here in a place, literally not just a physical place, but a conceptual place where something very momentous is happening. This program is a very big deal. It's a game changer, not just for Hartford and Connecticut, but for the nation. We talk about digital literacy and the digital divide. What that means for kids is absolutely critical. It's life-changing for them. For a young person who is receiving a free school lunch, this program means that hungry minds as well as hungry stomachs will be satisfied. It's a jobs program because people can't be prepared for job opportunities if they don't have those basic internet skills that are critical to a digital age. We're not talking about a luxury or a means of entertainment. We're talking about a path to jobs and employment opportunity that is the American dream. And we're also talking about a program that takes no taxpayer money. Very important in an age where we're trying to cut deficits and debts and we need to rein in the size of government. This program uses government as a partner, but no taxpayer money. In fact, you know, by my training in my previous jobs, I looked at the fine print, in English. No school funds were used in this program. No school funds. This program supplements and adds to the resources of our schools. It does not in any way take taxpayer money. Let me just close by thanking Comcast for providing this great model of what digital opportunities can be provided with the right motives and the means and the right people involved and partnerships. And I'm very proud to be a partner in this great effort. And let me say, much less eloquently and fluently than the mayor just did, to all of my friends in the Latino community, obtenga internet en su lugar. Gracias.
Thank you, Senator. We really appreciate you being here today. We know how hard it's been lately and how tough you've been working to represent all of us from Connecticut, so thank you for your dedication and hard work on our behalf. I next want to introduce State Senator John Fonfara. Senator Fonfara has been a terrific advocate of broadband deployment across the state of Connecticut, but more importantly, a terrific advocate of his constituents both in Hartford and in Wethersfield. So thank you. He's a lifelong resident of Hartford, represents the 1st Senatorial District, and this is his 7th term in the Senate. So please join me in welcoming Senator John Fonfara.
Thanks, Mary. And I want to thank Comcast for their continued commitment not only to the service areas of where they are across the country, but particularly to Hartford and how much Hartford is on the map for this company. I think it's almost quarterly now that we have some event, it seems like that, somewhere in Hartford that a program is being rolled out to support the kids, in particular YMCA programs and what have you across this city. So thank you, Comcast. You know, a friend of mine years ago would say, try to do well while doing good. And Comcast has figured out how to do well while doing good. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It has to make sense for them, and it makes sense for us as well. So I thank you for that as well. And you know, this program is great, but it will only achieve the level of success that we all hope it will if we can convince the parents of our community that there is value in the internet for them and, even more importantly, their children. And that's part of the digital divide, is appreciating the value, not from solely an entertainment perspective, but from an educational perspective, from an employment perspective, from their children's futures perspective. If you go to the Hartford Public Library any day, any evening, you will see every internet portal being used every single day and every single night. Many of those folks don't have access at home, and they go to the library to get access. But there are many other people in our city who don't. They have cable service, and they pay a good amount of money for that service. Unfortunately, too many of those families don't also have internet service. And that's the education that organizations like the Y, the Urban League, and so many others, in conjunction with Comcast, there is an educational component here that Rob Early was sharing with me earlier. It isn't just the value of $9.95 and $1.49. There's also an important educational component to improve the appreciation for families of the internet. That's critical. That may be the most important thing that Comcast is doing here. I thank you for that. And that if we can, there are families that don't have to pay the $9.95. I know this isn't on the script, but they can just, by reducing some of their current video programming, they can get internet, and it won't cost them anything. And their children, who right now in school, have access to computers, but many suburban kids go home, a very high percentage, have internet service, so they go it's seamless from school to home, but not here. Too many families those children don't have that ability to do their homework, to access information about the world, to do their homework. This program is going to do a lot to change that. So I thank you, Comcast, Mayor, for your ongoing commitment to bringing these issues to the fore. To David McDonald, the President of the Board of Ed, we have to get the superintendent engaged in this program, and I know she will be, so that the school system, starting in September, will make this program available to as many kids as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator. I next want to introduce Representative Marie Lopez Kirkley Bay. And Representative Kirkley Bay really took the extra steps to come here today, so we appreciate it very much. She's currently in her 8th term and serves on the Appropriation, Legislative Management, Banking, and Screening Committees. She's a lifelong resident of Connecticut and works tirelessly, if today is any proof, on the quality of the issues, especially for those who need it most. So thank you for joining us, Representative. We'd love to have you share a few thoughts.
I'd just like to say thank you to Comcast for all the things that they've done and brought to Hartford. I was there when they introduced their programming at the Boys and Girls Clubs on Sigourney Street and expanded computer access there. I'm so glad to be here because my daughter says to me often, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And when I'm on the computer at work, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. I have a very difficult time with computers, and I can log on and do 1 or 2 things, and that's it. That's the sum total of my experience. But this gives the opportunity for every child with an inquisitive mind to be able to get into the systems and to learn them. I heard on the news the other day that Silicon Valley was hiring over the next 5 years 2,000 computer geeks, they called it, because they need people to protect access to the systems that the United States has, and they need people who are very fluent in how to use computers. And no one knows what a child can do if given the opportunity to exercise their mind. And I believe there are so many kids in the North End and throughout the city that, if given the opportunity, can prove to themselves beyond a reasonable doubt that they are excellent at what they do. And I know that we will prosper from this experience. And I thank the mayor for his continued efforts to bring great programs into Hartford. I thank the Senator for all he's gone through to close this budget problem we had with raising the debt ceiling. And I just want to say to Comcast, thank you so very much. You are a good partner and a good friend, and I'm glad to be able to be here today and to say thank you for all that you do for us, and I appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
So I think everyone will agree with me that this is a beautiful YMCA. The Wilson Gray YMCA Youth and Family Center is remarkable. The kids that I met coming in here today are beautiful, impressive, brilliant. Look forward to hiring you someday. Look forward to working for you someday. And it's all led by Clinton Hamilton, the executive director. So I want to take a minute and introduce Clinton and ask him to say a few words. Clinton and the YMCA team work tirelessly really to help members of the Hartford community each and every day, and they do a terrific job. Clinton was recently promoted to his current position. He's originally from Michigan, but as you may have guessed, played football someplace at our very own UConn, where he received a BS in marketing and then went on to receive his MBA for the University of Hartford. So Clinton, thanks for having us here today, and we'd love to have you make a few remarks.
Good morning. I'd definitely like to welcome everybody to the Wilson Gray YMCA Youth and Family Center. We are proud to be a part of this Internet Essential program brought to you by Comcast. There are several reasons why we feel this is a critical program. One, it provides home access technology to families within the Hartford area. Two, it will provide advanced computer literacy. And three, it eliminates the digital divide amongst our community. We understand that not having access to home computers, will enable a lot of kids and families from going out and seeking job employments and having that opportunity to do the best they can. So again, on behalf of the Wilson Gray YMCA Youth and Family Center, we're proud to be a part of this program, and we thank Comcast for all that it's done. Thank you.
Thank you, Clinton. And lastly, I really want to provide all of you with an opportunity to hear a first-hand account from a Hartford student about the importance of internet access and the impact that it has had on her own life, her education, and her future. So please help me welcome Anushka Solomon.
Hi, everybody. My name is Anushka Solomon. I prefer to be called Ginger, but it's your choice. I attend E.C. Goodwin Technical High School, and I am a proud member of the Wilson Gray YMCA Youth and Family Center. I am so happy to be here speaking to you about the Internet Essentials from Comcast program. I've been able to harness my computer literacy skills through the Wilson Gray YMCA Computer Lab. Digital literacy is important to me because it will allow me to make a smooth transition from high school to college. It also provides me with a new and exciting way to communicate with friends and family. In addition, digital technology allows me to collaborate with other students on projects, not only from my own classrooms, but with students from other schools. I don't have internet access at my house, and I am hoping that this program will gain me access, so I can take what I have learned at the YMCA into my house and use it to further my education. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak about this exciting new program.
Thank you, Ginger. Very, very well done. 2 thumbs up. So just leave with a couple of parting words. Want to just thank you all for joining us here today, and really want to ask your help in spreading the word on Internet Essentials, and let us help you if there's some way we can do that. So thank you for joining us.